How's it? Today is Tuesday, November 12th. It is a back squat with some overhead presses day. It is day 2 of the 5-3-1. And yeah, if you can read there, feeling weird all over. Mid back was kind of hurting like on the third set. Felt really lightheaded for everything afterwards. But today was not bad. Like, that's the beauty of the 5-3-1. This is the reason why I wanted to do 5-3-1, because I don't end up actually doing the optional intensity, not because I didn't try, but because I failed. And that is typically on like a fail on like a normal program, it kind of derails the entirety of the program. Not only does it make it hard for like morale on the day of, but it makes it very difficult to see how you will progress for the remaining sets of the day, or definitely how you will progress next time. And for me, like having the option to do, for week 2, working sets of 3. It says 5 on there, but it's working sets of 3. 70% for one triple, that's this here. 80% for one triple, that's going to be 130. And then 90% for a 3 plus. So, 3 plus is another, option tree. It's like another decision fork. So that would be at 146. And then as long as I hit 3, then that essentially means that I've executed exactly how the program is meant to be. But if I feel like I am up to it, I can push for a little bit heavier. And that is kind of what I do. That's what I've been doing. That's the goal, is to push a little bit heavier, or push for a little bit more reps, right? So here is my top set at 146. I do actually 4 reps. And I was having kind of this idea to just really trust my descent and push up with my legs as like a whole unit. That sounds really strange, but basically I'm trying to just brace at my core, and then set my hips back a little bit, and then allow my I'm looking at the camera, looking at you guys, but basically push back on the hips, and then allow my knees to kind of just bend. And that is kind of just the goal that I have to push the weights up, right? I'm not trying to necessarily activate the hips properly or whatever, what have you. But it's helped tremendously, I think, for overall execution of the lift and kind of confidence with it. Is like, as long as I can get in the mental space where I believe in myself, then that is definitely helpful. Earlier, the last set before this one was my attempt at 154, which is 95% of my training max, and the goal was to do a set of 2, but I couldn't even do 1. And like I said, that's totally fine with the way that this program is set up, and I'm happy that I am reaping the benefits of this choice already. So volume here will be 4 sets of 7 at 70%, which is again the same weight that I did for the first set of 3. So clearly, like, 3 on that first first ascent for those sets is very, very, very little, considering I can do more than double of that on this set here, right? And I'm flying through the reps, and I think that is the main goal. I think about how I was doing 3 sets of 10 before, and I got so high in intensity that it was just impossible, and it felt like I was towing the line of whether or not it was a good idea to keep pushing. But now I'm doing very similar level of volume. 3 sets of 10 is 30 reps, 4 sets of 7 is 28. And it is a tremendously lower intensity for the volume, but I still am, like you see here, like I'm still struggling. It's not like I'm flying through the reps, and I feel like I'm getting a lot out of them. And that is maybe something that I needed to think about before. Like I had my volume and high intensity at the same time, and you know, you in theory you can do that if everything is perfect, but you can't do it for very long. And for sure, nothing in my life is perfect. Like I can't sleep well, I don't eat the best. My energy is very, very bad all the time. So having that, trying to push intensity and trying to have higher volume is, for long periods of time is a bit naive of me. But I think having the opportunity to do them separately, but do them still on the same day, I think that has been helpful. I mean, it's only week 2, but I feel like I've accomplished a lot even with those downsets of volume, and I don't think that they're useless. So that's, I guess, a whole story about why I like them. After that, I did the same thing for my overhead press. Day 2 of the 531, so 70%, 80%, 90%. And I ended up doing 5 reps at my 3 plus weight, and it was great. I actually didn't want to do the overhead presses because I was feeling super lightheaded for the volume sets on the back squat, but I unloaded the weights for the bar, and I was like, it would be a shame if I don't even give myself the opportunity to do week 2 today, for a lot of reasons. So I'm happy that I stuck with it, and I'm going to be able to progress to that next week. After that, I did my Bulgarian split squats, some dumbbell bicep curls, and then some back extensions, and pretty much called it a day. Yeah, I mean, this is the reason why I did it. The flexibility is very, very, very powerful. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.